What's going on, guys? Back with another video. So I got an interesting story. It's a little bit off topic. It doesn't really have anything to do with politics. It's more of a social issue, really. And I'm sure a lot of you are hockey fans. And I'm sure a lot of you remember Don Cherry and that whole Poppygate thing where he said the thing apparently you're not allowed to say, which is stupid. It was called Poppygate. I'm sure you guys remember. When he made that quote, that went viral, then he got fired. Unjustly fired, in my opinion. And Ron MacLean, who was on camera agreeing and nodding with Don Cherry when he was saying this, threw him under the bus completely. And Joe Warmington did an interview with Don Cherry today. It says Don Cherry speaks out on his disappointment in Ron MacLean and says he is not welcome to his home in a recent interview with Joe Warmington. So before we get into this, please again don't forget to like and subscribe. Really helps grow the channel, and I appreciate you guys so much. So we'll get into this, and then I will refer to what Cherry is talking about in an interview that Ron MacLean partook in. So let's have a look at the video first, and we'll get into it.
That you'd like the records set straight on the story.
I'm very disappointed in Ron that he would bring this up, and I'm very disappointed in him that he would reach back 5 years and do this.
Is he still welcome here and to call you and your friend, or is this friendship?
No, with the wife he isn't.
And how do you feel about it?
I don't have any feelings. I don't have any feelings towards Ron.
This is your wingman for almost, whatever it was, almost 40 years.
40 years. Almost 40 years.
And there's a sense of kind of almost like a betrayal a bit.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about that. But I know one thing, I'm disappointed in him.
Have you talked to him?
No.
And do you want to talk to him about it, or?
No, I don't want to talk to him about it.
These stories that are being written about you now, did anybody contact you?
No.
What do you think of that?
Yeah, you think the only guy to contact me is you.
It's just basic.
Nobody. I was really surprised when Louis give me that story.
So the first thing I want to say here is I gotta feel bad for Don Cherry here. The guy's an absolute legend of the game for 80 years. And douchebag Ron MacLean, who is the biggest pussy in all of hockey, completely threw his friend under the bus. Now, when Don Cherry says, I don't know why you'd mention that, well, here's what he mentioned. Ron MacLean calls Poppygate, that's what they call it, Don Cherry's exit strategy from Coach's Corner after health scare. And yes, Don Cherry did have some health issues. But basically what Ron MacLean is saying here is that he said what he said because he was looking for a way out. Which is absolute nonsense. Don Cherry is very passionate about this country. He gets pretty upset when people don't wear poppies, and I understand. Now, a lot of woke people, of course, came out of the woodworks who don't even watch hockey and had everything to say about it. Oh, this guy should be fired, canceled, because he said, quote-unquote, you people. Which, the last time I checked, is not a racial slur, but what can you not say to offend a woke person? They don't even watch hockey, and yet they got an opinion on it. It's like, this isn't, that show, Coach's Corner, isn't for you. Yeah, I know you don't like them, but no one cares. I barely watch that much hockey anymore. It's also because I'm a Leafs fan, and it's just hard to watch 82 regular season games of mediocrity and then see them fail in the playoffs every year almost the same way. But either way, I haven't watched like any commentary on any intermission since Sportsnet fired him. I'm not going to sit there and listen to Jennifer Botterill and Ron MacLean, amongst others, talk. I'm just not interested. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to give Sportsnet my time or my viewership. They don't deserve it. That is one of the reasons I don't watch as much hockey anymore. So good job, Sportsnet. The person who was giving you views now gives you nothing to appease people who didn't view your station anyway. Oh, that sounds like a smart idea. So either way, I'm just going to read a little bit. I'm not going to get into the whole article. When Ron MacLean heard Don Cherry's Toodaloo at the end of his Grapevine podcast this last month, he, like other listeners, couldn't know for sure whether his former on-air partner was saying goodbye for the summer or farewell forever to his legion of fans. Quote, "It's a question for Don," MacLean said in an interview this week. He becomes attached to things and doesn't like to let go. When asked by the Toronto Sun's Joe Warmington, Cherry insisted that the episode was just the end of the season, yada yada yada. Which is good, by the way. I don't want Cherry to retire forever. For MacLean, though, the untidiness and confusion about the final podcast evoked memories of happenings behind the scenes with Hockey Night in Canada during the 2019 Stanley Cup Final and the days before St. Louis raised the cup in Boston that June. There was real doubt about Cherry's ability to go on the air with Ron MacLean in the first intermission of Game 7. The show did go on, but it led to Cherry soon landing in a Boston hospital with pneumonia and MacLean believing that Coach's Corner wasn't sustainable going forward. "I think the pneumonia scare was it," MacLean said. "The pneumonia said to Don it's time. He had to think, why is this grind suddenly so hard?" He was ready to have an exit strategy. From that moment on, he was plotting a way out. The first opportunity to end Coach's Corner was going to be a happy one for Don, and I thought he did it well. Like, what a scumbag. Poppygate is what Don Cherry did to get himself fired, or to, like, why would he do it that way? If he wanted to leave, he could have just left and then started a podcast or whatever. He didn't want to leave. But he was forced to leave because Sportsnet decided to appease their woke viewers who don't even watch the damn station. They'll watch maybe 3 games a year. It's like, great. I used to watch 82, maybe almost even 100 when it came to playoff time. Now I watch maybe 10, 15 games a year. Really stupid move, but again, they didn't really pay for it because a lot of people still watch it. And I'll never watch anything. I don't care what Ron MacLean has to say. That guy's a dirtbag. He's a scumbag. And he should, if Don Cherry was fired for it, he should have been fired too. But no, Ron MacLean ran away and said, "Oh guys, I'm so sorry. Woke mob, please don't hurt me. Please don't come after my job," when Don Cherry stood his ground, which is what you're supposed to do. It's an opinion. He used words. Get the fuck over it. But you can't say that to a woke liberal person. Because then they're just going to get offended again, and who knows what they'll try to do. It's absolutely ridiculous. Ron MacLean's a dirtbag. He shouldn't be in hockey anymore. No one would miss him. People who actually watch hockey, for the most part, want Don Cherry to come back, or at least wanted to. I mean, he's getting up there in age now. It's probably better that he just does his podcast with his son. A little bit less stressful, a little bit less pressure, etc., etc. But the fact that he was let go, and then Ron MacLean saying, "Oh yeah, he just kind of did that to get himself fired or to exit from Coach's Corner," it's so ridiculous. It makes me wonder if Ron MacLean even believes what he's saying. I don't know if he does. I mean, the guy's a coward. Maybe he's hiding his real opinion. No idea. But let me know what you guys think. I know it's a little bit off topic. I usually do politics, but this story pisses me off. And seeing people kind of still going back to this, like Don said, 5 years later, it's stupid. It's cowardly, and Ron MacLean's been the coward the whole time about it. But hey, Sportsnet's not going to learn if people still watch, right? Go woke, you go broke. That's how it's supposed to go, but they didn't go broke yet. They should. They deserve it. But I guess we'll have to see. But either way, let me know what you think. Don't be shy. Thanks again so much for watching. I'll be back shortly with a new one.